G'day guys, and welcome to the stream. This is Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube, and we're going live today at Friday 8 PM EST, and it's 10 AM on Saturday morning here in Australia. So how's everyone today? Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to do the usual Hangout and Q&A, and we're also going to be talking about some things with the YouTube partner program. So stay tuned. I'm going to kill the music and we're going to get right into it. All right. That music is distracting indeed. Let me get rid of these headphones and we're good to go. How's everybody's week? Let's put some thumbs and emojis in the chat just to let me know how your week's been. And let's do some shouting out of people who've already joined us today in the stream. Looks like we're going good here. Just making sure, giving everything a once over on OBS. We've got all the mods extraordinaires, Beanie, Rodney, Carr, welcome to the stream. Red Rocket Resells has been hanging out since before the stream started. I did see Foul Fish was in here before the stream started. I don't know if Foul Fish is here still, but welcome everyone. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Doug, yeah, my hair's slightly shorter. I had a, I was trying to trim the back and botched it, so I just went short all over. That's what you do. People, if you saw my video that posted about 7 hours ago, you would have seen I had the shorter hair. Is there anything in the chat right here that I can pick up on? Everyone's saying hello. Red Rocket Resells shared out to Twitter before the stream even started. Thank you very much. We've got a boom from Rodney, so we know Rodney's in the house. Hey, hey, hey. We said howdy to everybody who's here so far. So welcome. It's another week and another stream. I'm trying to go shorter today. My first announcement, I'm gonna go over the ticker. I like the ticker. Oh, it's been one of those things. I've been up. I didn't make Brian's stream on purpose because I went to bed late and I wanted to get a good sleep before I did my stream. So I missed Brian's stream today. So apologies if the moderation was a mess over there. I haven't even checked it out yet. I will check it out later today. I'm sure Beanie was hanging around and keeping people in line. There's a good afternoon from Michael Furberger. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you around the world. Beanie's picked up that there's a staircase here. That's right, there is a staircase right there. That's like a waist high sort of retaining wall. That is correct. Well, I haven't had to scroll through the chat, so I've been keeping up with chat so far, so that's a good start for today. So, as I said before, how's everyone's week been? My week's been, I don't know, I just haven't felt very productive YouTube-wise this week until yesterday. During the week, I have been trying to nail down my next video, which is supposed to be on alternatives to Super Chat for live streamers on YouTube. I've been doing my research on that. I just need to get down and record, which is what I'm hoping to do after this stream today. So I'm going to try and get this stream a little bit more succinct today. We'll get it narrowed down and hit the main topics. One thing we're not doing today is we're not looking at channels today. We're taking a day off from looking at channels, which I usually do sort of later in the stream than the last hour or so. But today we're going to skip that. We're going to just be a little bit more laid back, and we are going to talk about, if you did see the title of the stream, we are going to talk about the update news regarding the time frame for people getting human reviews on their YouTube partner program applications. So we'll be looking at that shortly. But first of all, I'd like to just open it up for people with YouTube and or tech questions, and then I might do a couple of shout outs today. Some things that I've just been watching as I've been sort of getting ready for the stream, just getting caught up on my YouTube for the day. Being morning for me, there's a few things that have been releasing overnight, so I've been looking at all the short videos I can, and a couple of videos have popped in since I've been up this morning, so I've tried to jump on those as well, just to be abreast of all things happening in the world of YouTube. You can tell I'm still eating my bread. I've got my cup of tea here. So I'm having that. That's the end of my breakfast. I usually have my breakfast out of the way before I stream. So it's a bit of a crazy one, Bit of a crazy one indeed. Rodney says they should have it all lined out when I meet the requirements. I hope so. I hope so too. Because I'm on a similar track to you, Rodney. So when we get there, and well, if they get the backlog caught up, then everything else should fall into place smoothly by the time we, hit that 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time. Also, we'll see what happens there. We're going to get onto that topic in just a minute. We already got a question from Michael Furberg asking me what kind of tea. It's just regular black tea. Nothing special, no English breakfast, no Earl Grey. It's just regular, out-of-the-box tea from the tea bag, actually. It's an Australian brand called Bushels. If you want to know the brand, so no fancy twinings. Red Rocket Resale says she's cooking and listening, so that's good. I did get a bowl of cereal in, so at least I'm not going to be hungry straight away on the stream today. I was getting quite hungry after 3 hours last week. It was hitting sort of the lunchtime period for me. Car Galaxy Studio says his wife just got home with dinner and he's eating on the stream. Eating, moderating, listening, participating. Good stuff. So yes, and by the way, yes, it's in my tea is in my Doctor Who mug with the 11th Doctor? Is he? He's the 11th, yeah. Matt Smith. So there. My Doctor Who mug. The cereal of choice for today, I have a few to choose from. On the weekends, I like to just vary my cereals, because during the week, I just eat, when I go to work, I just eat like a bunch of Weet-Bix in a bowl. But today, being a weekend for me, Saturday, I had Special K. That was my cereal today. And also up there I've got cornflakes and rice bubbles as well. That was my choice, so I went with the Special K today. My daughter has some crunchy nuts up there, but that's a little bit too sweet for me. The only sweet cereal I usually touch would be Nutri-Grain, which is, as we say here in Australia, it's Iron Man food. Indoctrinated by all the ads on TV when I was a child. Ronnie says, if I keep up with my live streams, I should meet the hour requirements without any problem. Well, that's the idea. So, as you probably noticed that last week I made sure I put my live stream, because I don't have a recorded video schedule, at least I get my live stream schedule on my channel page. So I've done that, which is currently 8 p.m. Eastern on a Friday. And we'll see how that goes. I know I'm always going up against Roberto Blake, but that's okay. Different group of subs mostly, and different things. I always go back and watch Roberto's stream later. I don't miss Roberto's streams. I just watch the replay. Is the way I do it. So that's always good. Yeah, Red Rocket Resells confirms that Matt Smith is the 11th Doctor, so that's good. I'm sure I would I'm sure I had that right. I had to think for a second. Oh, no, Peter Capaldi is 12, so he's back one. And then David Tennant's 10, so he's in between. So that's good. Red Rocket Resells also says he had frosted shredded wheats, which is basically frosted just means they've got like put sugar. It's pre-sugared, very sweet indeed. Rodney says lives rack up the time. They certainly do, especially when you do a couple of hours and a few people stick around. And then you get some replay value as well. And you get the people who pop in and out. Beanie says that Roberto's ranting, so I'll look forward to catching up with Roberto's rant later on in the when I watch the replay, which will probably be about this time tomorrow because he doesn't usually put it up straight away. He usually sleeps on it and then puts it up. I find it goes up after Nick Nimmon's stream sometime usually, or later in the day there after Nick's stream, after I've gone to sleep. All right. I feel like I've still just gotten out of bed and I'm still waking up, so I'm feeling still a little bit groggy. So probably teased. I should have maybe had a coffee, just to pick myself up a little bit. Red Rocket says his rants are epic. Yeah, I quite like Roberto's rants. I usually am into the vibe of his rants. Most of the time, he's got some valid points in his rants. And I really want to drink my tea while it's still hot, so I don't want to leave it go too long. Excuse me. I think I need to blow my nose. I'm getting a little bit nasally here. I'm going to step away for 30 seconds. I should just mute my microphone and I'll be right back. And let's give you something to look at. I don't have anything lined up, but change the scene and I'll be back in 20 seconds. I'm back. I'm already back. Beanie's just saying Quickie's gone, but by the time I got back, I'm already back. By the time you posted that, so let's go back to another scene there. My event list hasn't pulled up my recent subscribers from the last week or so today. It's reverted back to the last time I had my stream open with that donation from Car Galaxy Studios from last week. Thank you again, Car, for that. So the event list hasn't updated today. You know what I haven't done? I've just noticed I haven't even turned my lights on my back set on. I knew there was something odd about that picture. I'll give you a demonstration on how I turn these things on. Now the share, like, and the subscribe, like, and share light doesn't really want to. No, it's sort of on. Being stubborn, I might be the batteries, possibly. Oh dear, what's happening with me today? All right, we're going to get straight into it. Questions. If you've got questions, pop them in the chat right now. Tech questions, helping you with tech wherever possible, of course, is what this channel's about. But there's a healthy serving of YouTube on most occasions. First question for today. Did anybody catch my video from 7 hours ago on the YouTube Partner Program and the update regarding the time frame for human reviews? Let me know if you've watched it. I know I know Rodney's watched it. I've had a few comments back already after that video, which went up about 7 hours ago when I was asleep. Yeah, Rodney's watched it. He says yes. I hearted his comment a little while ago, so I have a quickly look. I did quickly look at the comments this morning before I jumped on the live stream. Has anybody seen the article from our friends at YouTube on that particular subject? We'll go through it. If you have missed that video, make sure you go back and watch that video a little bit later after the stream, of course. There was a little slight addition to the YouTube help post after I recorded the video and after I sent it up to YouTube to release. That came out, that was added to it overnight, which Dan from Creative Fundamentals mentioned in his mini live stream that he did a few hours ago. I think he did it just after mine went up, because he referred to my video, I think, on about 4 occasions in his 12-minute video, and also put the link in his description as well, which is I really appreciate that. I did actually mention him in my video as well, so it's a bit of reciprocation going on there. Let's look at the chat. Starting to come up with questions and comments here. Chocken is in the house. He says, "Hi, I wish I had room big enough for a background to add some ambience." Yeah, I don't have a huge amount of space, but I just work with what I've got, because I can touch that shelf just by reaching over. So you want to get some sort of depth, and the camera is like, I can't quite touch the camera where it is. I would preferably like the camera a little closer to me, but just because it's on a tripod and angles and stuff, it's just got to sit where it is at the moment. So yeah, definitely ambience. I forgot to turn my ambient lights on this morning. I haven't been turning this one on with this yellow. It says smile if you haven't noticed. When I turn it on, it just washes out. It's too bright because a lot of the light from behind comes through. I'm going to change that up to a different to a different one for the next live stream. Actually, I'll change it up before I do my recording. And that's all good. It's all good. Beanie says he's going to watch the video later, so that's good. Red Rock Resell's asking, what's your lighting setup? It's very basic lighting. What I've got is I've got a lamp with a daylight bulb with some diffusion just here, giving me some light on this side. I've got natural light coming in windows over this side. I've got another lamp with the same sort of daylight bulb sitting over here, just sort of bouncing some extra light off the roof. And then I've got, of course, just got the ambient lighting in the set as well. And the other thing I haven't done is put my monitor on here with my... I'm just disorganised today. So any odd looking, if I look a bit washed out, could be just the lighting, the camera, maybe the white balance. As the sun, actually some clouds are coming out. It was fairly blue skies, but there's a few clouds coming over, so the lighting coming in the window is going to change. So that can affect the white balance of the shot. So, with live streams, stuff like that happens. You've got to put up with those. There's a deleted message there from Susan Jones. I think that's the one that's asking something about HIV, but no, it's just the lighting. And I do have a short haircut just because that's how I cut it in the last week. So I'm not offended that you asked me, but if that was a genuine question, that's fine. I'm happy to share that. No, I'm healthy and well. Rodney says, use what you have. Cargill says, I watched it about an hour ago. So what does everyone seem to think? YPP dying a slow death? Comments, thoughts? Yeah, we're going to discuss that. That's we're actually going to have a quick look at the article in a minute and seeing we're on that subject, we'll keep going through there. Red Rocket Resale says, anyone catch Gord's stream today? It was great. I'm going to be catching up on Gord's stream. That's one of the streams I've got to catch up now on Gord's, Brian's, and I'll watch Roberto's tomorrow when he puts it up. So yes, I've got a bunch of stuff to watch. Something's going on in the chat. Beanie says, well, did I miss that? If there was anything else mentioned there that I didn't pick up, but I did see it, and okay. That's a bit of an odd question, but anyway, I'm here and I am all fine, and I'm not offended by the question. If it was a genuine question, if you're being snarky, then get a life. But if it was a genuine question, I understand. Sometimes it's the way that you can look gaunt and washed out or whatever, depending on the lighting and the camera and the white balance and stuff. On my screen, I think it could probably look better, but I'm not running with the best lights in the world. I'm got a mix of daylight and lamps, so I defer to my mods on all decisions when it comes to inappropriate things in the chat. And I'm going to drink my tea before it gets cold. What we're going to do, we're going to jump over. I'm going to do this first. We're going to jump over to Chrome, and we're going to look at the article in question. So if I applied makeup to myself, it would be horrible. I'd probably look like a clown. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, I get that, Beanie, definitely. I get that. I looked at it and went, oh, that's a bit odd to ask. It is a bit strange. I'm going to jump to the Chrome view so we can have a look at the article in question, because I wanted to make sure I touched on this today. Along the way, if you have any questions regarding this, make sure you pop them in the chat. I'm going to pop to this and have a sip. And my Chrome is not showing up, so let's make sure we update that. There we go. Got to check your scenes before you start streaming. Let's see if we can I zoom in on that? Is there a zoom mode on Chrome? I have no idea. I'm gonna first I'm gonna break this out to the entire article. I don't want to read through it all again because I basically did that on my video, but basically the whole gist of this article that was put up yesterday, I think it went up about 24 hours ago, give or take. I came across this article when I saw a tweet when I was on my lunch break yesterday. I saw a tweet from Nick Nimmin pointing to this article, so I jumped on it and had a look. Just going to come back to the camera for a sec while I'm talking. I saw Nick Nimmin point to it, and I had a look. I'm going to put this out there for everyone. I'm going to go through it real quick. So I went out to the back of the warehouse where I work and did the video, which is why there's a Bessa brick wall behind me in the video, and put that together and got that up last night before I went to bed. So for your information, and basically let's go back to that now. Wrap is in the house. Carol, Nate, welcome. A few more people joining us here. Okay, so basically, let's see. See, Chrome is new to me, so let me zoom in. There we go. And it's formatted as well. I'm going to get back one. That'll do. I'm happy with that. Okay, Pam, welcome to the stream. Okay, the article put out by a guy called Jordan from YouTube. He's just signed it. He's an expert dash Google employee. I should get my... Yeah, we'll get the pen out. So he's an expert Google employee, Jordan, from YouTube. So doesn't say where he works, but obviously he's somewhere in that department where they're doing the human reviews for the YouTube Partner Program. Just to recap, if you don't know and you've been under a rock, to get in the YouTube Partner Program and to be monetized, you first of all have to hit at least 1,000 subscribers, and then you need to have done over 4,000 watch hours in the last 12 months. So once you hit those qualifications and you go in the queue for a human review, and then they look at your channel, and we'll go through what they're looking for, because this actually tells you what they're looking at as part of that human review. Once the human review has gone through and you're successful, then your channel gets turned on, and you can then monetize your videos. So it's good to know. So let's have a look. I want to touch on that first, because I think that's a very valid point. This is the thing they're looking for. And then we'll go into looking at what they're talking about in regards to the time frame. So here we go here. This part here is what we're looking at. I'll read it out. When we review your application, we look at your channel activity. So looking at your channel as a whole, so having a look at stuff like uploaded videos, whether you've got any strikes. They're looking at how many views you have. They're looking at your subscribers. So and they're looking at your watch time, obviously. And the subscribers and watch time, obviously you qualify for that human review. You've already hit the requirements for that. So, but what I'm reading into that is that maybe there's some other aspects of the subscribers and the views and the watch time that is interesting. Particularly, I think the subs. I think they might look and make sure that your subs aren't like spam accounts that are subbing to you, so you're not getting like a push from some sort of sub for sub service or anything like that. Because people can still sub for sub, hit the 1,000 things, and somehow get their watch hours, whatever means. So it's good that, and so they're looking for. And you'll be approved for the YPP if everything meets our community guidelines. So they're making sure that you meet the community guidelines and the YouTube Partner Program policies. Well, I'm making a mess here. Let me clear that. So yeah, so they're looking at making sure that you're adhering to community guidelines, which is an important thing, because they're all the things that they're wanting to make sure people are following the rules. Because if people have a history of not following the rules, then they're going to be hesitant to allow you to be monetized and allow you to have ads on your thing, because advertisers won't want to go on your channel anyway. So they're basically vetting channels in advance to make sure that your channel is legit, and that advertisers are going to be happy with advertising on your channel, and I think that's a good thing. And that's the whole basis of the new YouTube Partner Program eligibility requirements, is to get you up there and to get it happening. I'm just going to jump into the comments for a second. We can come back to this article. I'm going to go back to this screen. So I'm on the screen. You're looking at me and not just a wall of text. Beanie says, I've been talking to someone who has put their channel on hold because they're over 100,000 subscribers and still waiting for human review, and they're losing money. Yeah, I think that's a dangerous thing, because we're going to cover there's something that they say further in the article about why it's important to while you're waiting to keep going with your channel. So I think that's a silly move. I think that's a very selfish move, because it just tells me that you're just in it for the money 100%, and if you keep working on your channel, then you're going to be in a better place once you are monetized, I think. I'm gonna throw that because that's very topical, and that's the next paragraph. So I'm going to go back to that. So thanks for bringing that up, Beanie. This is the bit we're looking at here. It says, while you wait, please keep focusing on growing your audience. The best way to build a business and earn money on YouTube is to have an engaged audience. So if you just pull back on your channel because they haven't monetized you yet, then your audience is going to get disinterested in you and they're going to fall away. And when you do start posting again, they're not going to click on your videos. They're going to go, you're back. And if they're really into you, they're going to watch your videos. But a lot of them are going to drop off. Maybe a few will unsubscribe. So you're going to have a lot of those things going on. So I think it's important I think this is good advice that they're giving here. It says, we have a number of resources to help you create great content, grow your audience, and get discovered. So that's all going back to some of the YouTube best practices and helps, and probably the YouTube Creator Academy. And if you haven't checked out the YouTube Creator Academy, there's a lot of good information there on best practices for all the different parts of YouTube, whether it's live streaming or thumbnails or SEO and all the different things. So they've got a lot of good stuff there. I'm going to go back to the camera for a sec because there's still some things in chat we need to look at. Let's go to that view there. Carol NAW said that they met all qualifications in 3 months. That's pretty good. That means you're rocking. You're rocking indeed. Pam says, Beanie draws with them views. Hopefully they will get to the front of the list and to be reviewed. YouTube are losing massive money too. Yeah, we're going to get to that. That's the next part of the post we're going to be looking at, is the part that they added since I did my video is some additional information on the order in which they're reviewing the channels, which is real interesting, and there's going to be a divided opinion on this, I think. But I'm fine with it. I understand the logic of it. It makes sense to me. Chocken says, I can't imagine how frustrating that would be to have to wait that long. Yeah, well, there's people who've been waiting since way back in November. So, we're coming up. We're going to be coming up to 6 months very soon. It's probably, 4 months? 5 months? 4 months? Yeah, nearly 6 months. Rap is back. Beanie says it's the importance of diversification, indeed. Ronnie says, boom. Have many sources. Yeah, sources of income. Yeah, that's right. Beanie says, I understand losing that much ad revenue. They've been waiting 8 months. 8 months? I thought the oldest channels to be reviewed were going back into November, so that's odd that you say 8 months. Maybe it's just a calculation thing. I'm pretty sure it was November because my earlier channel, which did make the old cut and got monetized, my other channel, I should say, not my earlier channel, I got that late October and it was approved within a week at the old 10,000 views level, and that was monetized late October. So it was like early November where they just put a hold. I know I snuck in on that channel, but now I haven't reached the new requirements on that channel either. So no monetization. That's fine. Chocken says, how come they even had to apply with that many subs? Low watch time. Yeah, that's an interesting question because that's a high number of subs. But yeah, some channels do grow that quick. I was listening to a podcast from, I think it was one of Dusty Porter's ones where he interviews creators. He was interviewing the guy from Gaming Careers. He only started his channel 12 months ago, and it's around 70,000 subscribers already. So, some channels can grow pretty quick, depending on the niche, and I'm actually already subscribed to his channel before I heard him on Dusty's podcast, and very good channel for anything to do with gaming and live streaming. So because a lot of gamers live stream on Twitch particularly, and some other platforms as well as YouTube. Beanie says, Foulfish, Gord is in house. Hi Gord, welcome. Saying hi to everyone there. Foulfish says it's still 900 short, so I'm still at the beginning. I'm assuming that's subscribers. So So good on you for getting 100, 900 more, but that'll start ticking over, and it will start getting, you'll start accruing those quicker as you go. That's what I found anyway with a couple of my channels. Beanie says, nope, they just started the channel after the rules came into effect. Yeah, they've put on a lot of subscribers in a short period of time, and there are channels out there that do that. We're not all, my channel's been going for just over 12 months, so I started about the same time. I'm only on 300, and I think I'm on 317 last time I looked before the stream. And it's ticking up, and it's ticking up on a daily and weekly basis, which I'm happy with that. And we want to get it out. Red Rocket, come on, Doug, screaming out 8 months. Was I a bit loud there when I said that before? How's my tea going? I've got to get this before it gets cold. It's getting lukewarm. I've got to finish it. That is, Jochen says that's some serious growth indeed. That is serious growth. That's somebody who's probably like going all out, maybe jumping on, like that's their full-time focus in that last 12 months. So for a lot of us who are here and, we've still got a full-time job, then, we don't have that much time to put into making the videos and keeping the channel running and doing those things. So, the growth is also going to be reflected by the amount of time and effort you put in as well, to a certain extent. Carr says that his dinner is done and we've got his full attention. Yes. Beanie says your numbers are growing. Keep those trend videos rolling out and you'll get there. Yeah, when I put this one out, I thought I'm getting this out ahead of Dan for Creative Fundamentals. He usually jumps on these monetization ones, and I know that he's been tweeting YouTube about, come on, you said it was at the end of April. What's going on? And with no real reply until this article came out. So I thought, Dan hasn't put a video out yet. I'm going to jump on this because if it's a blog post like this or something I can show, it's straight from YouTube. I like to jump on those particularly. I don't jump on the Philip DeFranco saying there's a suppression bot stuff because, that's just his opinion. There's no real proof on any of that. That's just what he's made up in his head that he reckons is happening. That's my opinion. So I don't jump on that sort of stuff. I like to jump on the stuff that's factual and we've got in writing, like this YouTube help here that we've got here. Car Galaxy Studios likes my Doctor Who mug, I see. It was just a regular black tea that I was having, an Australian brand called Bushels. That's my preferred tea bag of choice. Red Rocket Resale says, I feel like when I live stream, I'll be just crazy loud or I won't be able to speak at all. Actually, I think the latter was probably one of my fears for that sort of thing. Dan was talking about your video on a quick live stream. Yeah, I watched that. It was one of the videos I watched beforehand. Before the stream today, I watched Dan's through, and yeah, he shouted out my video I think 3 or 4 times during that video, and he's also put the link in his description. So I really appreciate Dan for that. His Hans Holtzback, he was in the stream. Was he in the stream last week or the week before? Yeah, political stuff, and I told him no. So it must be a new account because I'm sure I would have. Oh, that's where I saw it. Owen's stream. Thank you, Beanie. Hans, if you're still there, this is a stream where we're talking about a specific subject. So off-topic stuff will be deleted by the moderators. So don't waste your breath. Feel free to participate on topic. But if you're going to drop political stuff, then you're out of here. The mod's already taken care of it anyway. So if just in case you're still listening, I want to school you and teach you that that stuff's not cool. Okay? And I didn't say that to camera, although I do have my little camera there. I had the YouTube thing up there. Jocken says, I have a lot of time to put into the channel and I got a very long summer holidays too. Yeah. People are still at school or college or whatever, and they get a long summer break, whether you're in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere. When you get your long summer break, then that's a good time to nail down when you've got a lot of time off, where there's no study requirements, there's no assessments and assignments and stuff like that. You know, get a head start on your channel, even make content to drip release over the coming months as you go back to study. That's also a good idea as well. Let's get back to this article. Thing I'm more or less up to date on the chat at the moment. You can see that this section here, if I click on here, says post edit 420 based on top questions and comments below. And it's this first one here that we're going to look at. It says we're currently reviewing channels with the most views first, as the potential revenue is likely higher for those channels. Do people get that? Does that make sense to people? It makes sense to me, because the people who complain the loudest that they're not getting approved are the people, well, maybe not, but the people who deserve to get it done quicker are the ones that are losing, who are possibly losing because they're getting the views, but they're not getting the ad revenue from it. So you want to get those ones knocked out of the park quicker, not only from their point of view, but also for YouTube's point of view. That's more revenue that they're getting as well. So it's a business decision, but it's also helping those creators who are pushing the most traffic. And it makes sense to me. There'll be smaller creators who complain about that. And I really don't know if that's something that they should really be complaining about, because the revenue that they even want, they're at the low, if they're at the lowest level, like they've only just scraped in, then we're only talking about a number of dollars per month that they're probably short on. So hopefully they'll get them all done by the end of June, as they're talking about. So let's hope that they do. I'm going to go back to my camera. I've been sitting on this screen way too long. Let's go to this one. Yes. So any thoughts on that? Anybody have thoughts on that particular point, on the order in which they're doing it? So channels with the most views first, because they're the ones who are missing the most revenue. And and they're clear. I appreciate the fact that they've come back out, they've added that in because of questions. They're very clear on this is the order we're doing it, because we thought, maybe they're doing people who are there before, people there after, people who are monetized and demonetized. Maybe they'll do those first. So hopefully they can, now that they've got more human reviewers on board, they can rock through those a lot quicker. And I'll talk about all that sort of thing in the in my video that I posted earlier today. Okay, talking about Owen video. Yeah, I was watching Owen's. I was watching the replay of that video, where Beanie, right? It was like in the last 5 minutes of the stream. There was our friend Hans there was in there dropping political stuff or something, and Owen realised he needed moderators. Beanie, boom, moderator. So now I dub Beanie the official king of the moderators. He moderates for far more channels than I do. Beanie has the crown, the unofficial crown. Rodney says it's business and understandable. Yeah, well, I agree. That's what I think about that. Any other questions or comments about that? I'm not going to go on about that any longer. I'm going to jump over to this in a second. Beanie not official mod. There's a bit going on there in the chat there. Pam says exactly. So many forget YouTube is a business and it has to do with what's best for its business. Well, that's right, and I think that makes sense to me. And and those bigger channels who are losing more revenue the longer it goes on, they're the ones that are going to be more put out than the ones that have smaller. But everybody, there's always the entitlement mentality that comes on people. that thinks that because I've reached the thing, I'm entitled, and they forget, because that's part of the thing. There's a lot of people out there didn't realise that there was going to be a human review. I'm not sure why they thought that, but there's a whole group of people out there that thought, okay, I've reached the thing. Why haven't they monetized my channel yet? What's going on? What's the delay? Why are they not monetizing it? So, so it's all happening indeed. All right, so that's that. And if you want to check, the reason why I found out about that addition to the post there, that extra edition that I just highlighted on the thing, was because Dan actually mentioned it in his video, his short live stream that he did earlier today, where he talked about the article from Polygon. Let me go over to here, Chrome View. This is Dan's video. It's a little bit pixelated there, but he talks about an article from Polygon, which I went and had a look at, and then I went back to the YouTube helps article and realised that they had added that extra bit. I'm thinking, oh, I did my video. I don't remember them saying that in the article. I'm going, they didn't say that in the article. They're doing it based on views. And I was about to go, what's going on? I was going to go, Dan, where are you getting this? Where's this site getting this information from? But yeah, they updated, because they updated the post overnight, and then Polygon obviously did the article after it was updated, so they had the additional information that I did not have when I did my video. So that's it. And look, thank you, Dan, for the shout out. There's a link to my video in Dan's description. Appreciate that, Dan. So yeah, let's get out of this. Let's go back to that one. All right, let's just open it up. Questions, comments. It's a Q&A live stream. Not a lot of Q's to thus far through the thing, but we are hanging out. We are talking. Eccentric Cuddles is saying that just say hi and passing by the stream. Thank you for passing by the stream. Fantastic Joe has jumped in and joined the stream as well. He says he's bouncing around and trying to catch everyone's stream. And, I know Roberto. I don't know. Is Roberto still streaming? Beanie, update me on Roberto. Is he still streaming? Oh, indeed. Okay. I'm going to close those extra tabs in. I'm closing the extra tabs in Chrome because I think I'm done talking about the particular article. I at least don't need to pull it up anymore. So yes, I'm going to play my tune, and we might have a quick look at my little segment I like to do called "What's in My Sub Feed." Yeah, sound effects for the win. Rodney finished half hour ago. Thanks for the update, Beanie. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, here we are in my sub feed today. This obviously hasn't been refreshed because it says that he's still alive. So let me... how do you refresh in Chrome? Oh, here it is. Refresh it now. Okay, this was the other thing I was going to point out, just to alert people that this video has just come out this morning. Okay, this is a sub feed. This is most recent videos that have jumped in. I'm going to start with this one here. Creator Insider released a video probably in the last hour and a half. Sneak peek at the creator dashboard. They're just talking about what the plans are for the dashboard in the Creator Studio beta. I had a quick look at it. Nothing too much to write home about there. Just talking to one of the YouTube people there about that. In here, we've also got Gord's stream from, stream 3 hours ago, so 3 or so hours ago. Live streaming, it's got Todd.live there on the stream. I'll be catching up with that stream myself later today when I'm getting all my streams caught up. The other stream I must catch up with, which I'm sort of sorry I missed because I'm usually in Brian's streams every single week, is Brian G. Johnson's stream there. So if you haven't checked that one out, we've got that as well. Looks like Dusty's put out another TubeBuddy mini podcast on the TubeBuddy channel. Rodney B. Hunt, I watched this before the stream, the Takstar SGC 598 shotgun microphone test. I watched that. A quick review of that cheap and wonderful shotgun mic from Takstar. I believe he said it was only $27 on Amazon, so that's pretty good value. That's a lot cheaper than the Rode mics, and it sounds like it did a pretty decent job. And there's that video from Dan at Creative Fundamentals that we talked about, that 12.5-minute live stream. That's worth pointing out today. And I'm not going to go too long on this today. Mike Russell, for all things audio, Mike Russell is the boss. Mike Russell is the man who got this live stream audio sounding sweet. And I'll always give Mike Russell a shout out now. DSLR video shooter's got a $16 camera microphone. He's undercutting Rodney by about $11 there. He's got I don't know what microphone that is yet. I haven't seen that video yet. We've also got someone from the community, Jafito, and his movie blog and his box office predictions for this coming weekend. We've got Dr. Stan, who's big in the community. He's got a thank you for 1,000 subs. So congrats to Dr. Stan if you're watching the replay later. Congratulations on 1,000 subs. Big shout out there. Savage Scientist is also from our community. Big shout out to Savage. Ross Sillers has put out his weekly vlog on his channel. This is interesting. I watched this one last night. Think Media has their travel tripod, which is the Manfrotto B Live, and talking about the Sony A Series edition tripod that they've put out. Another thing from the NAB at Las Vegas, pumping out the videos. And there's a good old Fantastic Joe who's in the chat, I believe. Well, he was a minute ago, and I think I set off my Siri. I don't know what I said. So big shout out to Fantastic Joe. And the last one I want to get to, because this is everything's popped in. Oh, last two, sorry. I can't. There's two more that I need to mention. First of all, Dean Immons, record your phone screen with sound. Screen recording on both Android and iOS. So another solid video from D, and that's one that we get asked about a lot in streams like this, particularly in Nick Nimmons' stream. Him and D get that question. I guarantee you, how do I record my screen on my phone? Every single stream. So that's a video that answers that indeed. And I'm missing the chat here, so I'm going to just see what I can read here. Red Rocket says Gord's stream was good. He dropped by for a few minutes. Can I ever catch Brian G. Johnson's streams live? Yeah, I decided my sleep was more important than getting up early for Brian's stream today. I wanted to make sure I was a little bit more refreshed for my own stream today. Shocker says Epos Vox, he's a good guy. Yeah, I didn't mention he's there in my sub feed. Beanie says, you follow Rosh as well. Yeah, I follow Rosh. I haven't watched a lot of his videos of late, but I did follow him. I am a subscriber from early on. He's in the community. I like to support people in the community that are showing and providing value. Red Rocket Retail says, talking to Fantastic Joe, love those shows. I support local bands. Yeah, I'm going to be catching up with Fantastic Joe's video at some point. Pam says, D's rocking it, indeed. They're still going to get to that question. I don't know what that's for. And the last one I'd like to... Leadership of Mike. I reviewed this channel last week on the thing. This is a very good video. The thumbnail reads, sorry, Gary, I'm out. And there's Gary Vaynerchuk there with the little Ghostbusters sort of a logo over the top of his face. How Gary V lost me, and the two things I learned from him. I think it's called. I've actually already watched that video twice. It's actually good. He actually talks about one of the things that Gary V talks about in his videos about unsubscribing from Gary V and getting on with it. Basically, is the gist of the video. It's very well done, and I believe that he even got. I'm gonna I'm going to go on this because this is worth a shout out in my opinion. I'm going to jump into this. Not going to play the video, of course. I'm just going to wait for the comments to come up. Check this out. Now, Leadership with Mike, he's currently at 60 subs. When I subscribed to him, he was on about 30. So he's cranking along. And he got a reply from Gary V himself. It's more than views. I'm gonna put this up on here. If something like that happened to you, if the person that you're doing the video, is mentioned your video, actually comes on and endorses that video, even by saying, they're proud of him, good on you, whatever the comment is. I think that makes your day about making that video more than the amount of views you get or whatever else, subscribers that you might receive from that video. Getting that comment to me is, if that was my channel and I was doing a video on the Gary V, and talking about how you've unsubscribed from his channel and why you've done that, it's, to get a comment from someone like Gary V on your channel, giving it a thumbs up, that's awesome. Just for context, this is Leadership with Mike. He's actually a subscriber of mine as well. I'm a subscriber of his. I reviewed his channel last week, actually. We looked at his channel. So this is his newest video. He's up there in Canada. So he's cranking along nicely on that video. Basically, Gary V talks about people getting on with their goals and their dreams and what's important in their lives. He says, even if you have to unsubscribe from my channel, and so that you then can focus on what you need to do for the future, then unsubscribe from my channel. Don't watch my videos anymore. At some point, you need to stop watching my videos and start doing. So that's basically what he's talking about on that, and how this is why I've unsubscribed from Gary V. Not that he loves Gary V, he reads his books. It's like, I've unsubscribed because Gary V's advice is I'm going to unsubscribe and I'm going to get on with what I believe I need to do to reach the next level. So that's basically the gist. Leadership with Mike, all his videos have been good. He's a lot of management and leadership type content there. So it's not for everyone, but I'm into that. So I'm enjoying that so far from Leadership with Mike. And I told him before, when he was working on his thumbnail for this, I told him that this video would do well for him, and it's been his best video so far on his very new channel. So I thought I'd share that with everybody. So that is the end of the segment that I stretched out a little bit longer there, talking about Leadership with Mike and Gary V. That was what's in my sub feed. Play the music. No, he was, everything he said in the video was totally positive about Gary V. There was nothing negative. The thumbnail was like, got your interest enough to click to go, oh, is he going to say something bad about Gary V? But no, he says, he's basically talking up Gary V, but at the same time saying, well, I've unsubscribed because I'm taking his advice, taking on what he's taught me, and I'm going to run with it. And I think that's pretty good. I think that's very good. Red Rocket Resale says, I need everyone who's trying to be in my life right now to watch Gary V's videos. Oh, can I share something about Gary V? I went a couple of weeks ago, I jumped on, because I'm still new to the Instagram thing, jumped on Instagram and I followed Gary V, and then all of a sudden I literally had people after people after people after people jumping on and following me on Instagram. It's like there's some sort of bot that somebody's got going, that if somebody follows Gary V, automatically follow them. So, which is interesting. So if you want to pick up a heap of Instagram followers in one hit, go and follow Gary V on Instagram. I couldn't count how many came in, but it was like I was getting notification after notification after notification, just because I followed Gary V on Instagram. That's exactly right, Car Galaxy Studios. However, it's more about reducing viewing than unsubscribing. Yeah, basically saying that at some point you need to stop watching all these videos and live streams and stuff, and executing, implementing, and moving forward with your channel. You can get. I'm considering this as well because I can be so involved in moderating a lot of channels and watching a lot of being in a lot of live streams. I'm sure Beanie's like this as well. That sometimes I actually got to do something for my own channel. I actually need to make videos. I actually need to live stream myself. I need to keep putting out content. I need to keep doing my research and doing my keywords and doing my thumbnails. I need to keep the thing cranking along. So I need time to do that. So I need to maybe choose which things I'm going to step back from and which things to continue with. Because certainly want to stay in the community, but I want to make sure that the things that I do don't take away from me executing on my channel. So that's how I feel about that. And where is my water? Off the tea and now onto the water. It probably is. I got that from a soundbite site, so it probably is something from Final Fantasy. That's that victory trumpet thing. That's on a lot of people use it on their live streams and Twitch and stuff. I've heard of that. So a big tick and correct ding for you. Beanie says, I did initially get caught up in the hype. I was like, why do we care? Haha. But if that's the content of the video, then that's a nice surprise. Yeah, it's a very positive video, so it's not, it gets you in going, oh, he's going to say something bad about Gary Vee, but he's not. And he did tweak the title so that it's more balanced and less clickbaity. Because if you make it out to look like that you're going to say something bad and you say something good, that's technically clickbait because it's not what you promised. So he tweaked it enough to draw interest, but without being clickbaity. LOL, bad advice for Instagram. Yeah, I was just talking about that's what happened to me. I don't know why all these people started following me, because it was like the instant that I was up the street and I was waiting for an order at Red Rooster. I was just standing there waiting for my order, and I'm looking at my Instagram and I'll follow Gary Vee because I haven't followed Gary Vee yet. And then I just was getting hammered by people following me, and it's like, well, it has to be because I just followed Gary Vee. All these people are just jumping on me and following me on Instagram. People follow people real easily on Instagram. It's like, bam. How long did it take you to notice all those follows? It wasn't that long. It was like within a few minutes. Red Rocket Resales. What's the channel? Is that the Leadership with Mike? Is that the one you're talking about? Leadership with Mike. Let me click on his. Let's go to his channel page. Close that. I'll pull his channel up on the screen here, just in case. We looked at this channel last week on our when we were doing channel impressions as well. Very solid. Looks like he's even tweaked the banner again since last week, I think. So he's so there. That's the one. Leadership with Mike. So if you do leadership stuff, then he's got a lot of potential as he's a very new YouTuber indeed. But I've already jumped on the boat on that one. All right, where are we? Beanie says, I've seen some videos calling out Roberto, so I was expecting the same about Gary Vee. I'm sure people like Roberto, Gary Vee, they get a lot of that stuff, so people calling him out for something that they disagree with. I disagree with Gary V. It's like, well, are you disagreeing with Gary V in a video because you feel strongly about it, or is it really because you're using Gary V's name to get more views because you feel that way? You know, it's all about intent. It's all about intent, really. Beanie says, I did it and got no followers. Haha. Maybe it's the time of day. I don't know. The amount that were coming in, I thought it must be like a bot or something. It was really weird. I should have a look at my Instagram at some point and see how many followers I actually have. Oh yeah, for sure, Beanie. Yeah. Pam says it's 2 a.m. there. She needs sleep. Pam, go get some sleep. I feel like I need some sleep too, but it's the morning here. Morning. All right. Any questions? Any questions out there? Any questions about YouTube, about tech, about editing, about iOS, about something? Whatever you got there. Whatever you got there. Rap says it's 9 a.m. where he is. Rap is only 2 hours behind. So somewhere in the somewhere aligned with the that's probably the time zone. What Philippines, Singapore, all up through there, Perth, Western Australia. I think they're about 2 hours behind. I think it's the same time zone that Nick and Dee are in over there in Thailand too. Ronnie is back. Didn't even know Rodney was gone. I'm keeping up with the chat today. I don't have to scroll, so that's always good. That's always good indeed. Okay, I'm going to close a few things out here. So let's go back over here. Make sure the live stream's looking good. Yep. Green for the stream health. Yeah. Okay, we've talked about everything that I had on my list today. So how's everyone going there today? It doesn't sound like we've got many questionable questions there. Don't want to drag it out if people don't have any more questions, and because we're not doing channel impressions today, that's fine. We might cut this one a little bit early so I can go and record a video or two. That's my plan. Catch up last week. Fantastic joke, I'm laughing. Yeah, Chockins, they're in Asia too. Have changed anything as a result of the recent analytics? I have done nothing in regards to analytics. I use Safari as my main browser, so because I'm on Mac, so I don't. The only time I can get the new analytics beta to look at the stuff like the click-through rates and stuff is to jump over on the Chrome, which the only time I really use Chrome is when I'm live streaming, so I can do the pen thing on the screen and different things like that, the extra things that Chrome lets you do. But generally, the rest of the week I use Safari. So I use the older school Creator Studio, and to be honest, I don't dive into the analytics heavily on that. So I'm taking a step back from that because of where my channel's at. I really still feel like I need to focus on my videos and presentation, because I still think I need big improvements on those. I'm working on my audio as well, so I'm working more on the technical stuff at the moment. So I'm aware of everything that's going on with the analytics and stuff, but I'm not paying close attention. But I am, of course, getting the morning fame report every week and looking at that, and 24 hours after each video goes up, I get that morning fame report as well. So I'll get a couple for my video earlier today and for this live stream as well. So yeah, and as Rodney says, he edited today's video. He didn't edit today's video till today because it's been a busy week at work. That's what happened to me. The video that I put out earlier today, I knocked that over. It was my busiest day of the week at work, and at lunchtime I saw the article and I thought, well, I really need to make a video on this. So that's why it's out in the back of my warehouse where I work. While it was raining on the tin roof, there was a little bit of rain you could hear at the start of the video. So yeah, time for me is a factor, and then even when I'm at home, is working around, because of where I'm set up. I need to work around where's the best place, where's the best time for me to actually record a video once I'm ready to do stuff to camera like this. And so right now is a good time because anybody who's in the household is asleep at the moment, so I can do the things that I need to do. Being Saturday morning, people sleeping in, all that sort of stuff, so I can sort of get some business out of the way, which is one of the reasons why I live stream at this time. So my plan is to get off this live stream and get my video on alternatives to Super Chat done. My recommendations for people getting tips and donations on their live streams without having Super Chat. That's my next video as part of the live streaming series that I've been doing of late. And there's some comments coming through. Your real estate whisperer is in the house. I saw you pop in just before. I was just mid comments there. Welcome. Car Galaxy just said they had a bit of buffering. Yeah, that happens on most live streams. It's that delivery from YouTube out to you, I'd say. Fantastic Joe says, yeah, love morning fame. Chocolate says, made me realise I can really benefit from uploading more. That's what's holding me back. Yeah. I think we all can benefit from uploading more in different situations. I know I need to be more regular. I know Beanie talks about being more regular. Beanie Draw says, what sort of warehouse is it? Big high roofed one with a metal roof, best of brick walls, with a lot of pallet racking and stuff in it, and a cement floor. I don't know. It's a warehouse. Your real estate whisperer is thanking Fantastic Joe Beanie for stopping by this evening. Sounds like had a live stream there. I must have missed that myself, or I was still asleep. How do I feel about YouTube Studio Beta? From what I've seen, the layout's good. I just can't use it in Safari because it's only available in Chrome and Firefox, and I think one other, is it Edge, possibly? So I haven't really had a lot of use of it. Red Rocket Research says, Doug, can I be knighted? I'm able to show up Friday nights reliably. Would love to help cover. Red Rocket Resells. A fellow mod from Nick Nimmon's stream. I knight thee. I'll get to the point where all my viewers are mods. So that means I've got like 4 mods now. And currently I've only got, according to my dashboard, I've got 10 people watching. And I think one of them is my dashboard, of course. But, if Nick will make you a moderator, then I don't have any issues either. It's like, Nick has good vibes when it comes to picking moderators. Where are we? Yes, there's good issues. I'm dealing with space issues right now until my e-commerce biz gets moved to the garage for a season. Yeah, I need more space. I'm in the lounge room. I'm looking here. I've got back of some recliner chairs and the TV is over there. So it's basically I can technically sit at my desk and watch television, which is not the best for a workflow, but I'd sit here and edit while the TV's on and stuff like that. But, if I'm recording, I need it to be quiet and I need to be able to light in some way and be able to focus and record everything to camera. I'm gonna experiment recording on my webcam, sitting at my desk, which I've done a couple of videos that way, just because it's the best looking set I've got. I've done videos standing in front of beige walls and stuff, and it looks pretty ordinary. Early on, I had, I think my first couple of videos in the back room, I've got a pull down blind with like a blue sort of patterned background, and I can open up the blinds and let light in, and it lights it quite well. But where it is where my son's desk is set up with his gaming gear. He's all set up there now. It's where my desk used to be at one point. I was in one end of that room, he was in the other end, and then this back end of the lounge where I'm sitting now used to be storage, used to be boxes and stuff. All those are now out in that back room in one corner, and then my son's in the other corner. So whereas I used to do some stuff out there, I now do it here. There's a little bit more room for me. I got a better setup. Even after last week's stream, I actually added one thing to my live stream setup, or my desk area. This all came out, 100% came out, and I put down carpet because I've got wood floors. Put down carpet. I got inspired after watching Dean Immon's video where he was talking about something completely different, but he mentioned audio quality, and I thought, talking about like walls and sound bouncing off walls and stuff, I thought, if I put carpet down, that's eliminating one bounce source for audio. So I'm putting some carpet down. So I went and picked up about 3 meters of carpet from Bunnings, which is a hardware chain, and laid that down and then put everything back the way it was before. So no one would probably notice anything different about the setup except the fact that I pulled everything out and put it all back in. Okay. Red Rocket Recess says Nick is rad. Thanks, Beanie. Thank you very much, Beanies from Real Estate Whisperer. Fantastic Joe says should be hammers for Doug's channel. I don't want to. If I had lots of pictures of hammers, people might get me confused with the Hammer channel. So. I don't count as a watcher. Well, now it says I only got 9 watching now, so somebody's left. And there's always the lurkers, the people that don't jump in the chat and who might just be sort of casually watching. You know, because sometimes I'm watching a stream and I'm busy, so I'm just casually watching. I don't always get to jump in and participate in chat as much as I probably would if I was like a moderator or just actively watching the video or the live stream. Oh, getting a bit of a tickle there. Car says, Doug, just thought of a new segment, moderator outtakes with sports narrator commentary. That sounds like too much work, Car. That means I have to have something prepared in advance. That's a good idea. We'll take that one under advisement for sure. Beanie talking about car studios like Aussie guy reviews. G'day. He says, this is Steve Irwin, and I look at these beauties. Crikey. Everyone is acting right. No lurkers. There are no lurkers. People are checking for, moderators are checking for lurkers. If you're lurking, get in here and chat. Eccentric Cuddles says, I think you should have a separated channel dedicated to hammers. Oh, I was just going to pick up my hammer, but it's not here. I've put it away. I had a hammer on my set because I was doing some stuff a few weeks ago, and I had it sitting here for a while, but I've put it back where it lives. Can do a highlight reel. I think I need more inspiration on that one. Inspiration. Real Estate Whisperer says, I'm not a lurker. I've always liked to be noticed. I can't help it. I think you and Beanie and probably a few others as well. Beanie says, we're like security. If you're not active, you're out of here. JK. Should have hit the drum thing as I read that out. The timing would have been better. Red Rocket Resale says, hugs to all the awesome lurkers. Awesome lurkers. Thank you for being here and watching and participating by giving me watch time. and you're probably learning something, of course. But yeah, if you're a lurker and you've got questions, make sure you jump in and post your questions in the chat. Oh dear. Oh dear, I feel like I'm just rambling now. Make sure Rodney's got to go, and so I think I've got to go shortly too, because we've got an hour and 22 minutes, and we're not doing channels today, as I mentioned earlier, and is mentioning in my ticker right now. So we'll catch you later, Rodney, and we'll probably catch everybody else later. Hopefully, I haven't heard from Nick. I haven't even been in Discord today, so if Nick's on tonight, I'll catch you all later in Nick's stream, of course. Otherwise, I'll catch you all about all the streams, whether it be anybody, Creative Fundamentals, or Dan, Andrew Can, if you're in Owen Videos, or Brian G. Johnson's streams, or wherever, I will catch you in those streams. Hey, Sparky! Sparky says, sorry, I was a mod on a different stream. I'm late. No worries, Sparky. I totally understand the moderator duties. It's an important thing. I have, although I shirked my responsibility on Brian's this morning, I didn't make it at all. I'll watch the replay, and there'll be some point it's like, where's Doug? I'm sure I'll get that. Eccentric Cuddle says, hope someone gets the reference. I didn't get the reference, but I'm sure somebody might get the reference. Yeah, after I'm done here, I need to catch up on the Discord. I haven't fired up Discord today, so I'm going to jump over to the Discord. That's Nick Nimmon's Discord. So if you're not in Nick Nimmon's... hang on for a second. Let's do this right now. Give me a few seconds. If you haven't joined Nick Nimmon's Discord, I know most people here are probably from Nick Nimmon's Discord already. If you're, let me do it this way. If you're here and you're not part of Nick Nimmon's Discord and you want the link to join Nick Nimmon's Discord channel, give me a hoy in the chat right now and I'll post the link. Otherwise, I won't post the link, but I'll open up in the background the Discord so that I am able to grab a link rapido. So let me know. Maybe I could do a Discord segment. We can do a segment on Discord maybe in a future stream. Doug answers your questions from Discord. Actually, at some point I'll open my Discord channel up, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, there's my Discord. Need to move that down to another screen here. There we go. That's why I haven't checked the Discord. I'm going to jump in now, see if there's any announcements yet. No, people just tagging me, I think. Nothing in the announcements. Nothing in the announcements section. Yeah, I haven't caught up with Nick. I don't know if he's still... because I know he was on holidays this week, so I don't know if he's still away or if he's going to be back for the Saturday morning stream. Valfish says they'll be at work tomorrow. I'll miss Nick's stream, probably pop in for a hello. With Nick's streams and the amount of time they go for, there's always an opportunity to pop past, in a 5 or 6 hour stream. Your Real Estate Risker says, I hate that stupid Nightbot on my chat. I hate that thing. Yeah, I've disabled all moderator functions for Nightbot. For all my Nightbot does is run some background stuff that isn't related to moderation. So at some point I'm going to be diving into a video on Nightbot. That's on my to-do list as part of my live stream series. So it will be coming along when I can get to it, but I need to knock out my other videos as well. So, yeah, I'm hoping there's a better way to do Nightbot because it's very twitchy on the moderating stuff. Very twitchy indeed. Nothing better than a human moderator, I would say. Fantastic Joe says, guess that's why Doug didn't get my poop thumbnail joke earlier. Oh, no, I get it. It's from the Discord. I had to think about it for a minute. I'm like, is it because that brown is like a poop colour? But yeah, I got it. There's a few things in chat. Yeah, no announcement for Nick, so hopefully he'll be around. Yeah, he didn't let us know last week until later during the day. For me, anyway, because it's Saturday morning here already. It was in the late afternoon. There was something he posted in the Discord, and then I sort of put the word out to people so that they didn't expect it. Yeah, I think it was like maybe even by the time I noticed it was early evening. So I was like, because last week I was feeling so tired. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to make Nick stream. I need to like have a nap or something. Then I found out that he wasn't going to be on. I went, thank you, Nick. I get a night off. I get to go to bed at a decent hour and sleep. So I was happy. Eccentric Cuddle says, how did you get discovered by Nick, Brian, Roberto, and they put you as a mod? That's a great question. The way I became a mod was, the first mod I was for of course, was Nick Nimmin. I was a regular in his live streams, a regular in the comments, talking to people, helping people with questions, doing that sort of thing, just being helpful. And pointing people in the right direction, stuff. Just as a fellow viewer, just jumping and answering questions. And Nick recognised that what I was doing, that I was helping and I was providing value, and he really appreciated that. So eventually, he got around to making me a mod. He actually talked about it for a while. I'm going to make you a mod. I'm going to make you a mod. And a month or two later. There wasn't many mods in the stream. He's like, I really need a mod right now. Doug, you're a mod. And that's sort of how it happened. And the interesting thing is, the next person I became a mod for was Brian G. Johnson. And I have, apart from being part of his YouTube, not YouTube group, Facebook group, Tube Ritual, and the fact that I was a moderator on Nick Nimmin's stream, I think somewhere in there, he made me a moderator. He sent me a message and says, are you okay if I make you a moderator? I'm like, sure. Yeah. And I know Brian's a little bit technically challenged in making, because he could be just making moderators on the stream, but I don't know if he knows that it's how easy it is to do. I know he wants to make more moderators on his stream, but I'm seemingly the only one. I think there's probably a couple of people who might pop in and out that are moderators on his stream as well. But it's interesting. So yeah, Brian G. Johnson, that was a bit of a surprise. And then Dan at Creative Fundamentals, I was in his stream, and he realised that he didn't have any mods, and he just made me a mod. He didn't say anything. All of a sudden, my name was blue. But I knew what was going on by that stage. And so now I'm moderating now. And then I think the most recent one was Andrew Can, who works for TubeBuddy. He was doing some live streaming a couple of weeks ago. Made Beanie a moderator, and I made a comment. Oh, Beanie is a moderator, and then he said, so are you? And then my name went blue. So my reputation precedes me. I think that's what's happening now. Is people are making me a mod because they know that I'm a mod for so many other people. Your Real Estate Whisperer says, I'm sticking to human mods from here on out. I think that's a great idea. I had it on to remind people to like and subscribe, and also for my Discord. Those messages never popped up. Yeah, they can be a bit weird, and I think sometimes with those Nightbots and those Streamlabs and stuff, you gotta be logged into the account whilst you're streaming for those things to be active. The way I'm doing notifications that pop up in chat, which I haven't used today, is through my stream deck. I have a few pre-recorded ones. I hardly drop them in there. I got a super chat one, which is not applicable because I don't have super chat. I can refer people to my website. So let's drop that in the chat there, just by pressing a button on my Stream Deck. So I have a couple of pre-recorded ones. I haven't been using my Stream Deck that much, except for the sound effects and a few things. I've been actually switching my OBS on screen just because I've added extra scenes. that I need to access. Red Rocket Recess says she loves moderating. That's good to hear. It is fun. I really like doing moderating for streams, 1 hour, 2 hours. I do start to feel it on Nick Nimmon's streams when he gets to like 3-4 hour mark. I'm starting to. I need to. I'll step away. I'll go get some food. I'll stretch my legs. Do all that. You really need to be able to step away from the chat and do something other than staring at the screen for 5 or 6 hours. You really need to take a break at some point during the moderation. I think it's good when you have a moderation team because you can jump off and take a break and there's somebody to cover you. If you're the solo moderator, which I know quite often I am in Brian G. Johnson's streams, luckily his streams are only an hour most times unless he's doing channel reviews, which I can handle, so that's fine. But it's great when you've got several moderators who can, if someone steps away, there's someone there that can cover. So you don't have to be as intently staring at the chat. If you're like the only moderator, you got to be trying to read every message, and that's crazy. So yeah, that was a very, very long answer to a question. I think it was Eccentric Cuddles that asked me, what did you want to become a mod? Was that the question? Oh, that's another question. Did you want to become a mod? When the opportunity arose for Nick Nimmin, who was the first one, I did. I wanted to because it's all about, I think it's about community and getting involved, and I think being recognised in the community, which if you've been appointed a moderator, there's some sort of recognition going on there. And I think that's valuable for you as a person, maybe as a brand, or for your YouTube channel. But I'm not doing it for self-promotion. I'm doing it because I want to help people, and I'm quite aligned with the sort of thing that people like Nick Nimmin and Brian G. Johnson and that are doing. So it's in line with not necessarily my channel, but it's in line with what my journey on YouTube, so I can be helpful. I'm gaining knowledge, so I can help share knowledge as well. Because when you get a busy stream like Nick Nimmon's stream, Nick can't see every question, he can't see every post, he can't see every message. So the moderators become de facto co-hosts, you could say, on the stream, not visually on the screen, but they're in the chat, answering questions, pointing people in the right direction, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Where was I in the questions? I'm now actually scrolling. Let me get back to the bottom here. Trying to find my spot in the chat here. Carl's agreeing with me about having a mod team is beneficial. Definitely having a team. Sparky says he has a team of 7 people for my weekly live streams. That's pretty good. 7 solid, because you know what? If you've got a weekly stream, not every person's going to be able to make it every week. People have lives, and sometimes they could be away on vacation. They could be something's come up that they have to attend with. Maybe they're out of town for something. Maybe something for work or whatever. So having a team, there's always enough people to cover. I reckon if you have a big team like that, 7 or more, and they were like all committed, you could effectively put them on a roster if you wanted to. But I'm sure everybody who's a moderator sort of wants to be there on the live stream if they're available anyway, because it's a topic, it's a niche, it's a live streamer that you're invested in enough to agree to become a moderator in the first place. So you will probably want to be there. Community supportive, yes. Give and you shall receive, says Car Galaxy Studios. Help out a fellow creator. Yep, absolutely. Fantastic Joe says, I think being a mod usually gets people to respect you all the more. Yeah, I think so. I found that. Um, yeah, I don't think I can add to that. The benefit is your name in blue. Yeah, people either go, oh, they're a moderator, or they go, oh, why is that person's name in blue? Because if somebody comes from, particularly a young person who might be a gamer, they come from, say, Twitch or something, where people in chat, they all have different coloured names because of ranks and levels and different things. And so you've got moderators, you've got Patreon supporters, you've got people who are monthly subscription people on Twitch or whatever, and every single one of them has a different colour depending on what group they fall into. And so then they go, well, what does green mean? What does blue mean? What does yellow mean? Whereas on YouTube, you've got the gold and the crown for the streamer, and then you got the wrench and the blue for the moderators, and that's pretty much it. So then sometimes I go, well, then, because if they're new to YouTube, they won't know, or they haven't been on a lot of live streams, they won't know what the blue means. So, every so often you get the question, what does the blue, why is his name Blue? Or why is your name Blue, Doug? And I'll have to explain, well, I'm a moderator. What's a moderator? And like I say, go watch my video. Real Estate Whisperer says they watch the chat on their iPhone so it doesn't jump up on me. On the laptop it jumps. Yeah, it jumps. I haven't had to scroll that much today, so that's been good for me today. But yeah, that's a good thought. I might try that. I might see if I can get like a stand. I can just put my iPad or my phone there and see if that. I might try that. Good tip. I'm going to try that next stream. Eccentric Cuddle says, I normally go on most of Roberto, Brian's, Nick's live streams and I would comment, so thankfully they didn't make me into a mod because I wouldn't be that good like you guys. Yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve when you first get on. It's like, well, what do I do? What are my abilities? What can I, what options do I have? And then you got to think, well, how do I apply them? It's like, when do I hide someone's message? When do I give someone a timeout? When do I ban somebody? How do I? Yeah, Beanie. And then you get people say, "Can I be a moderator? Make me a moderator. I would love to help you." And you're like, "Well, who are you? You gotta earn the streamer's trust. They gotta know who you are." It's like Nick Nimmin got to know who I was before he made me a moderator. Red Rocket Resource says, rank is everything on gaming servers and it's fun to be recognised and be able to help new people. Yeah, for sure. I don't get to a lot of live stream games this day. I used to follow a few Minecraft live streamers on Mixer. They used to do one Friday night stream, so like in a few hours time, but they sort of stopped. They were like, they'd have two channels, they'd be co-streaming together, so two different views of the same stream basically, and they're both like audio together, so you can hear them talking to each other. Really, really good. Went 3 or so hours. Really, people who I'm actually, I'm subscribed to them on YouTube. I watch their videos on YouTube. And then there's another one who streams on Twitch that if he's doing a certain type of live stream, I'll jump on and watch it if I'm awake, if it's at the right time of day. He's in the UK, so I don't get to do that often. So they're the only ones that I occasionally get to for gaming. I'm not a big gamer watcher, and if I sat there and watched people game live stream all day, I could potentially not get anything done ever. Where are we? Red Rocket Resource says, troll taming is a skill for sure. Beanie says, I'll have to stop watching so many streams so I can do more work at some point. Yeah, we're getting back to that point. Sometimes you got to unsubscribe or stop watching people and get on with it. Car Galaxy Studios is asking when I started watching Nick. It was about a year ago. It was like March, April last year is when I started watching Nick, and that's when he was still initially live streaming from his phone. I think he was sort of standing in his studio with the phone on like a stand or something, and he did a few on his phone, and then he moved to his computer in his work studio there. And then started doing them. I think at some point it kicked in where he started doing Saturday morning streams, and that's when I really when it became regular, I knew he was going to be on. Then I could jump on and get onto that, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Red Rocket Resale says, the best is when there's someone who is trolling and you acknowledge them and they get so dang surprised and suddenly turn nice and they become very active. Some people need attention. Well, that's true. It's like people are going, sometimes they'll start typing hi and hi. It's like, well, is anybody noticing me, or am I slipping through the cracks here? I wonder if they're testing to see whether they've been hidden or they're invisible. Will somebody reply to me? And if they get a reply, they go, oh, people can see my chat. Oh. And that's either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on their intention. Your Real Estate Whisperer says, I'm a mod for tool review channel. I have no clue what they're talking about when it comes to tools. I'm probably the same way. Like, I know a hammer, I know a screwdriver, I know a few other tools. Eccentric Cuddle says, yeah, I wouldn't be that good in that aspect. Plus, there are so many comments to watch out, so I applaud you guys for the hustle. Yeah, sometimes when that chat's, like when Nick first goes live on his and everybody's jumping in to the chat, it's crazy. I think that's the only time you really need a slow mode turned on, is like at the start of Nick Nimmon's streams. Otherwise, good. But even slow mode, it's just the sheer number of people coming in. Because slow mode only slows down your time between posts from the same person, so you can't spam like the same thing 5 times in 10 seconds. So potentially slow mode's probably good. I know Roberto sometimes has his slow mode turned on as well. I don't see a lot of people that I watch use slow mode, so I think when you get bigger, you may need slow mode. Red Rocket Resale says she loves supporting creators. Absolutely. I think that's one of the reasons why I do moderate for the channels that I do. Real Estate Whisperer says, my favourite screen message, please be my friend on my channel. Yeah, it's like sub my channel by stealth. Be my friend on my channel. Follow me on my channel. It's like if you're on Twitch, you get, instead of subs, it's follows. Fantastic Joe says the first stream I ever did was on slow-mo by accident. Oh, that's cool. Just going to test my Stream Deck. Oh, that didn't work. Didn't work. I got an error on my Stream Deck. Okay, we won't do that. When the chat goes really fast, I post a more funny comment and see who's paying attention. Car Galaxy Studios, my wife said I'm always slow-mo. Rap says, Doug, join the chat. I am in the chat. Well, you mean like this? I'm always reading the chat, but because I'm live streaming, I just speak my answers out. I don't have to jump on. Hey, it's Leadership with Mike is jumping in late there, just as we're just sort of hanging at this point. Hey, Leadership with Mike, we gave you a pretty good shout out earlier today. I just shouted out your current video. Showed it. Not I didn't play the video on screen, but I showed people the thumbnail and that because I was doing my segment on what's in my sub box, and your video was there, of course. Oh, look, I got a welcome. Welcome, Doug Hewson YouTube, for joining the stream. Thanks for commenting in the chat. Red Rocket Resale says, Mike is in the house. He certainly is. Real Estate Whisperer says, D. Nimmin always finds my comments that I never intend to be read out loud. Yeah, D hones in on some of those messages. Like sometimes they're ones that he's picked up on and read, and I'm like about to, or I've just like deleted the message because I thought, oh, this is a bit inappropriate. I'm deleting that message, and he'll read it out. It happens on occasion, and I always laugh when he does that. Oh, Selena's here. Everyone's coming in. A few people popping in later in the stream today. Leadership with Mike, I heard. Thank you. Red Rocket sealed. Got to me. Not sure what that means. Eccentric Cuddle says, I usually don't like when people who have a small channel never respond to a comment once. Yeah, there's no excuse for if you're doing a live stream and you don't have a big viewer count like mine's not huge, so it's manageable. You should be able to acknowledge most of the chat in most cases. The exception would be is if you're doing something to camera like a pre like a 5 or 10 minute segment on the topic that you're doing before you go into Q&A. That sometimes happens, and some people do that. They start their video with their content and then move into Q&A. So that whole period, most of those comments are going to get missed, and they're not going to pick up the comments until they're finished, and so they're probably just going to see the most recent ones. Because, who's going to go back through 10 minutes worth of comments? That could get a bit crazy. Let's see what else. It's getting a little bit more active in the chat, so I'll just keep rocking through the chat here because it's just the Hangout portion. We were going to finish like 20 minutes ago. We just kept more people dropped in, and we just kept the conversation going. People are asking questions, and things are happening. Sparky says, and I thought I was late. Welcome all. Rocket resells. Red Rocket said, got me to your channel. That's why I'm saying, hey. Excellent. Rodney says, hey, Doug is still going and I'm back. So Rodney stepped away and now he's come back again. Yeah, Rodney, we actually got some conversations going, so we just kept going and we're still here. Conversations happening. It's definitely the Hangout portion. We've talked about the YouTube Partner Program stuff earlier in the stream, which I put a video out on getting close to 9 hours ago now. So if you want to review that, you can go to that video. It's about 6 minutes or so. I have a question. It just come to mind. It's something that I'm sort of revisiting on my channel because I stopped doing it for a while, is closed captions. How's everybody going with their closed captions? What do? You just stick with what Google gives you? Do you upload your own? Do you go and edit the ones that Google gives you? Do you use a service of some description? Let me know right now in the chat while I take a sip. Yeah, I think it's interesting sometimes too. Red Rocket Resells is saying she's got it under a different name on Instagram. And sometimes when you see, and then say you're on, say, a Facebook group like Tube Ritual or whatever, and then you'll see, because people are posting under their real names, it's like, well, and then you have to see if you can equate that person with their channel. And sometimes when they're posting thumbnails, you go, oh yeah, that's that person. That's such and such a channel. Getting that through. But at least my name of my channel and my name is 99% the same. I just got a YT tacked on the end of my name. Don't ask me why I use YT. I've forgotten. Here we are. A lot of conversations going on between people here. Yeah, Red Rocket is giving you Leadership with Mike a big bravo for his video, and hey, to get that response from Gary V, mate, I'd be, as I was saying earlier in the stream, if that was me, I'd be feeling pretty pumped just from getting that response from Gary V. That's pretty cool. I said that would outdo the subs and the views for me. It's like Gary V commented on my video. I can retire now. My life is complete. maybe not that far. Fantastic Joe says I need to do closed captions. Yeah, I started. The reason why I brought that up about closed captions, Real Estate Whisperer says nobody never knows me on Facebook, YouTube, Rich, or many other groups. I'm starting to equate the names, Real Estate Whisperer. So I'm starting to pick up. Oh yeah, that's Real Estate Whisperer. That's Fantastic Joe, or that's Leadership with Mike. So I'm starting to work it out in the back of my hand and try and remember. Yes, I'm pretty chuffed. Interesting thing having Chrome open is like pop-ups coming in on my screen as well, and they distract me. I look down and see what they're all about. It's like, what's that all about? Real Estate Whisperer says I got a heart once for Gary Vee and I was showing everyone in the house. Yeah, definitely. And then you get people who aren't in and they go, who's Gary Vee? Eccentric Cuddle says I almost never do closed caption on my videos aside from some songs with lyrics. The thing with closed captions is they are helpful as part of the metadata because particularly if your videos have been sort of closed captioned by the Google AI, it gets some words wrong, and if you've got an accent like me, then it will turn. I'll say, "Hey, this is Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube." It turns and says, "This is drug use from YouTube." I'm like, I didn't say drug use. I said Doug Hewson. So that's what it did to my last video, a different service, and I have to go and correct it. But having accurate ones is good because it helps you reach out to the hearing impaired community. It gives them something. It gives them something to watch, and if it's the more accurate it is, the more likely there is to love your channel because you're actually providing accurate closed captions as opposed to the kerfuffle that Google gives you. And the other thing is, it helps with it, as I mentioned before, it helps with metadata. If the words are accurate, then it helps YouTube get a better idea what your channel's about, or your video's about, I should say. So if it talks about, like as I said, it says drug use instead of Doug Hewson. It could be a problem if they think I'm talking about drug use, so I'm going to get demonetized. So when the whole monetization flagging thing came out, where they put the visual cues on the videos, a lot of people weren't checking their closed captions, and that was quite often the place that maybe that they were getting pinged. Obviously, it could be the title and other things as well, or something in the description. But quite often there was words in the closed captions that were flagging, drug use or violence or whatever. The many things that they get flagged for demonetization these days. Yes. Foulfish says, nobody knows me either or what my name is. It's Jesse, by the way. Well, you've just come on out there, Foulfish. Jesse, welcome. That's why Rodney says that's why so many people are using a name now to brand yourself regardless of your niche. Yeah, because yours was it every man tech or everyday man tech or something? It was something about tech every. Now Rodney B. Hunt. So yeah, absolutely, I agree. But yeah, I the thing going back to closed captions, of course, I use Final Cut Pro to edit. So what happened is they just released a update which added where you can actually put your closed captions and line them up in your video in Final Cut Pro. Now you can type them in. You can go and type them in manually, like put them all in. So if you had a transcript, you could potentially cut and paste the transcript in quite easily, and then line it up to where meets the script. There's a lot of manual work in it. But there's also a service, because I'm a Mac, from the Mac App Store. Let me have a look here. Let's see if I can bring this up on my screen. I'm just going to open this up right now. Once it's open, I will go to full screen NBA. Here we go. Okay, this is an app called, let me highlight that. SpeedScriber, which is I don't know if it's an online service, but I don't know if they have a Windows version. I haven't checked that yet, but they're in the Mac App Store, so I downloaded it. You get basically they'll do closed captioning for it. Uploads your audio to their site to get done, and it comes back within a couple of minutes. I think they charge like 50 cents per minute, and then what happens is you get it in a. You can double click on it. You get a file where you can start from the top, and just it works through. It actually plays the video so you can hear it, and it highlights the each word as you hear the word on the video. And so if anything's wrong, you can just correct it really quick. And then so that's the one there that I used for my video that I put up 9 hours ago. And I just had to correct some stuff at the beginning, like where it said Doug Hewson YouTube. It said drug use on YouTube, so I had to correct that. But then in the middle where I'm just talking and doing my stuff, it's actually doing quite a good job at getting the words right. So once I cracked through it, it didn't take me long to just go through and manually just correct a few of the errors. Maybe you could throw in some punctuation and different things like that. So I found that service quite good. I had 15 minutes free to use. I've got 8 minutes left to use on that for free, and then you can just go ahead and, like with PayPal or whatever, and buy more processing times, and it works out about 50 cents per minute, I believe. So I don't know if so it's called SpeedScriber. I don't know if that service is available as an app for Windows, and I'm assuming they probably have a website, but I haven't checked that out yet, where maybe you can upload your file. Like I could have imported video or audio into that. So I just output the audio only off my project, take out all the music, all the background music, just the words. This is a good tip, because when you upload to YouTube, they're closed captioning off the audio. It's got background music and all the other stuff that you might have audio apart from your what you're saying. So the tip is if you can output from your video editing, just turn the music off and just output the dialogue and use that for closed captioning. It helps the automated ones pick up the words a lot better. So that's a tip that I picked up on from watching. What channel is that? Is it Ripple? I think Ripple. They do Final Cut Pro and Motion and other tutorials for editing software. So it was one of those anyway. And so they got me onto that tip. They also recommended this SpeedScriber app for doing the closed captions. And then what you can do, you can output those in various formats. So you can actually import it back in the Final Cut Pro if you wanted to bake in your closed captions on your video. You can do that. Or as I did, I uploaded it as a subtitle file and use that to upload straight to YouTube. After I uploaded my video, I just added that on as a closed caption file, and it was done. Like, easy. It was a lot easier than me downloading the Google translation and trying to fix it in a text document, and then re-uploading. That was a hassle. I did that on some of my earlier videos, and that, like, I'd be sitting here for like an hour trying to fix the closed captions for a 16-minute video or something like that. So that's my little rant about closed captions for the day, and all the chat's been cracking on through. So I'm just gonna see if I can scroll back a little bit. Yeah, Ronnie says everyday man tech. I knew I was close. A lot of talk about people's real names. Fantastic Joe, is your name really Joe? Yep. Car Galaxy Studio says my last name as it's my channel name, but my first name is Kevin. That's right. When I'm moderating or I'm in a live stream, I'm always calling people by their channel, by the name that's up on the screen there in the channel. So that's what I do. So I'm always like Car Galaxy Studios, Eccentric Cuddles, Fantastic Joe, Real Estate Whisperer. So I'm just calling people out. Rodney says it's lunchtime for Doug. He might be hungry again, or he will be hungry again. Well, yeah, it's just hit 12 midday here, so we'll. I think we will be wrapping it up shortly, so I can get on with my day and hopefully have some time to record some videos. I have no idea what I'm having for lunch. It just depends on what's in the kitchen, in the fridge, in the cupboard, what we got. I'll just throw something together. Red Rocket Recess says the auto caption is fairly horrible and ruins the experience of watching without sound. Yeah, definitely. I let a few videos go now, particularly all my moderation ones and stuff. I just didn't have time to do the thing that we need to do in regards to getting that happening. But now I've got a new way of doing it, and I think I'm pretty happy with paying the 50 cents a minute to get them transcribed. Just based on my test on the first video, there wasn't too much I had to go through and change. It was just a few key things around my name and stuff like that. So I'm happy about that. Eccentric Cuddle says, I haven't revealed my name, my real info to anybody online. And that's fair enough. There's one guy who's a gaming streamer that I follow, whose name is on YouTube is Zoomavoid, and he does not do face cam. He does not tell anybody his real name. On his second channel, he actually does, because he's into music as well, he does like guitar riffs and stuff, and he films himself doing it. He wears a mask on his head, so you cannot see his face. So he doesn't tell anybody who he is online, and I respect that. If people want their privacy, I'm all into that indeed. Fantastic Joe says, I've just finished dinner, had some salmon, corn, and green beans. Sounds very healthy. Very healthy indeed. Well, is Beanie still here? Beanie's gone quiet in the chat. He's probably there. He's probably lurking. He's gone into lurk mode. Foulfish says he's having spaghetti and meatballs. Real Estate Whisperer says the whole channel is about people knowing who you are and where you sell homes. Definitely, because it's associated with your business. You got to put a certain amount of information out there so people can find you. You know, so you do get those leads that you need. Absolutely. There's a lot of people on YouTube doing that sort of stuff. There's a lot of gamers out there that just want to be known by their gaming name, and that's fine as well. Rodney says he's on 5 streams, probably. That's Beanie he's talking about. Fantastic Joe's heading to Vegas. That's good to hear. I was in Vegas for my birthday back in 2009, I think it was. 2008, 2009, maybe it was 2010. It was a while ago. It was the last time I was in the States. We were over there for work, for a conference, and it was September, and after the conference a couple of us stayed for an extra week, and we drove from LA to Vegas, and I believe we were in Vegas for my birthday, and yeah, it was pretty fun. We got there's a person there that we had a contact, and they were they have a one of those wedding businesses with the wedding chapels, and they had a limousine. So she basically gave us her limousine and driver to drive us around and show us around Vegas, which is pretty cool. Like, at no cost to us. It was like totally free. It was like knew her through somebody or other, and that was pretty cool. So we went out to like Red Rock Canyon and down the Strip and Fremont Street and all that stuff. So it was interesting. Vegas was cool, and we stayed at the Trump. Heading to Hoover Dam. Yeah, we didn't get to check out Grand Canyon or Hoover Dam. That would have been pretty cool as well. That would have been cool. That would have been nice to check out the canyon. That would have been very nice. And it's probably a nice time of year when we went. It was like end of September, so that's when my birthday is. So it's not winter. It's sort of going autumn, fall over there. So it was pleasant. It was still warm. Yeah, the food was good, that's for sure. We ate in a various number of establishments there, from high-end restaurants to diners and stuff. So it was like a bit of a range of food, and I could put on a lot of weight eating food in the United States, like the servings and the nice food that you get at different restaurants. It's just lovely. And when you're traveling, you tend to eat more takeout and restaurants and stuff anyway, because you're not cooking, you're staying in hotels and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Red Rocket Resale says she helps with a WordPress channel and 2 others, but none of them are very active on YouTube. Cool. We talk about Vegas, yes. Beanie's back. Vegas is known as a food center because all the famous chefs have restaurants. That's true. There's a lot of like big name acts in various hotels on the Strip. Now, we didn't because we stayed at the Trump, which is sort of back a bit, and they don't really have a casino or stuff. I think they might have had a gaming room, but it's like mainly a hotel. But we went to some of the hotels just to check them out. And massive gaming rooms. It's crazy. We didn't go there for gaming. We weren't there for that. We're there more to see the sights. So I think we checked out Blue Man Group, and I know I went to Blue Man Group. I think it's the only show I went to. I think some of the other guys went to some other shows as well. So that was interesting. Red Rocket Resells is hungry. I think that's my cue. It's like, Doug, you're keeping us. We want to go eat. And certainly I want to go eat as well. Staying at Tahiti Village. I don't know where that is. That must be, is that one of the new ones? That Strip's always changing, that whole area, and it's just crazy. Tahiti Village. That sounds like a wonderful place. No, magical place? What does Phil Coulson say on Ages of S.H.I.E.L.D. about Tahiti? Anyway, I'm waffling now, so thanks for all joining me today. I think we need to wrap it up now. We've had a good chat. We've done a good hangout the last probably nearly an hour. We've just hung out and just talked about stuff. We talked about closed captions. We talked about the YouTube partner program. Human Reviews. Rap is hungry, so we're gonna crack on with it. Let people get on with their days, get on with their evenings, get on with their sleep, depending on where you are this part of the world. But we'll probably be back next week because we're trying to make this a weekly thing, and I've been consistent, I think, 3 weeks in a row now, so it's cracking along. I'm going to try and get some videos done today, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to take a quick break, though, because I think I need to refresh and stop speaking for a few minutes, so I might get caught up on my Discord and have something to eat, and I will catch you all in Nick Nimmon's stream if it's indeed going ahead tonight, and if I don't catch you there, I'll see you next time.